Hi there, welcome to Alutronic. My name is Tim Schlachtenroth. Together with my brother Florian, we are the general managers here. Alutronic offers ready-to-install aluminum heatsinks designed to dissipate excess heat away from your electronics. In this little clip, I want to show you the advantages of the heatsink finder and how to use it. Next to plenty of possibilities for customized heatsinks, Alutronic also offers a wide range of standard heatsink extrusions. The heatsink finder is a great help when searching for the best solution within this wide range of options. That's because the heatsink finder solves an old problem when searching for a standard heatsink extrusion. Up until now, you were not able to search and organize an extrusion portfolio by thermal performance, so basically by the most important feature of a heatsink. You could only search extrusions by their size. After selecting some extrusions by width and height, you had to evaluate the thermal performance for each extrusion individually and further select and compare. On the one hand, this was tedious work and the comparison was difficult. On the other hand, you could never be sure you found the most efficient solution, unless of course you evaluated the performance for all the available extrusions, not just your initial selection. Maybe the best solution could have been lighter and smaller. Now the heatsink finder will calculate which extrusions will be the best fit for your application, based on the thermal performance you require from your heatsink. The search results for all possible heatsinks can be compared and further reduced by all measurements, which will be also important to you. This is how you save time and how you can be sure in the end that you found the best solution. So, I hope I got you interested. Let me now show you how the heatsink finder works and how the search results can be interpreted. Let's go to a quieter place and have a look.
So, as I said, with the heatsink finder you will find the solution for your thermal problem while searching only for extrusions that will fit into your design space. If you search results into many options, you can limit your search by additional features like weight and length. With few information, the heatsink finder sets off a complex calculation to come up with your best option. Let us look at this example. A heatsink with a specific thermal resistance is required for 2 semiconductor modules, preferably, of course, standard extrusions. You open the heatsink finder in the product section Standard Extrusions, or simply by clicking on this icon. On the left-hand side, you will see the heatsink finder. On the right-hand side, the products are displayed. Each product features an image of the basic geometry of the extrusions, a thermal performance diagram, and some technical specifications. The thermal performance diagram shows the variation on the thermal resistance by different thermal energy input in reference to the different length of the heatsink profile as indicated on the x-axis. But let's start with the heatsink finder. As usual, you can search and filter by the geometric measurements of the heatsink extrusion, like width, length, and base height of the profile. As a new and unique feature of any heatsink search engine, you can also enter your required extrusion length as a fixed length or as a range between min and max. This is the information needed by the heatsink finder to calculate the thermal resistance for each heatsink extrusion. Another new and unique feature is the option to enter the maximum thermal resistance and thermal energy that needs to be dissipated. This sets off the heatsink finder to search through all the thermal performance diagrams. In many situations, the required thermal resistance for the heatsink is not known. In this case, the Alutronic RTH calculator will be useful. The RTH calculator is an additional program which will calculate the required maximum resistance for you. The calculation is performed simply by entering the basic thermal conditions of your electronic system, such as the maximum junction temperature, the ambient temperature, and the energy which needs to be dissipated. The RTH calculator will run this information for you and show the needed thermal resistance. For details on the thermal definitions or on how the thermal resistance is calculated, please check out our tutorial on technical basics on our website. Back to our example. For our particular IGBT module, the required thermal resistance from junction to casing and from casing to heatsink can be found in the technical spec sheet of the semiconductor. So, as one approach, you enter the required thermal resistance for the heatsink, or the value is automatically entered using the RTH calculator. Next, within the thermal performance diagram, the rectangular surface indicates the area within the thermal requirements. It shows the length or the range of possible lengths of the heatsink at a given thermal power input. So you already have the minimum length for each heatsink, and you may now use this information to sort your results for the shortest heatsink extrusion available. Beside the product search by thermal resistance, you may also search by a certain minimum or maximum length. In this case, all thermal performance diagrams for all the profiles will be searched. The results will show you the range of thermal resistances and the range of length for each and every suitable profile. So when you approach the search by the available design space and you look for a heatsink at a certain width, height and length, you may sort the results by their thermal performance. Of course, you may combine both approaches. In this case, the dotted line will indicate the maximum thermal resistance, and at the same time the proposed length of the heatsink will be indicated by the rectangular shape within the diagram. On the search menu at the top of the page, you may also switch to the view table. While the thumbnail view gives you a first image of the heatsink, the table view is designed to filter and organize your search results better. For example, you can sort the results by product weight. If you jump into the product page, you will find the individual and detailed thermal diagrams for each product. You may click into the diagram to zoom in and click to zoom out. So this is it. Thank you very much for your attention. We hope the heatsink finder makes sense and will be useful for you. You have not found the solution here? Please contact us. The thermal performance data is rather generic, and in order to specify a heatsink, we can look at your thermal problem together. We like to support you. You can find your point of contact on our website at Contact and Team. Please keep in mind that the choice of thermal interface material is crucial. Here you can have a look at Alutronic's portfolio for standard and customized thermal interface materials and other solutions. Thank you again, and the Alutronic team wishes you best of success with your project.